we're back live with the
You
last,
are on stage.
We gotta get Rob.
and that one is still showing up.
Oh, you
That
already restarted? That's pretty fast.
yeah, yeah, we're in 14 seconds.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, they only give you 2 hours to do it, and then you can shut. You guys, they'll shut you down. But then I found out you could restart it, Dwight, and that's what I've been doing. But believe it or not, I started off with an hour to half an hour to an hour. Next thing you know, my shows have been lasting 2 hours, and then restarting up. We're restarting. We're having such a good time. We started again.
All
So
right. That's awesome. All right. Right.
Well, when you get different groups of people together, it's usually
yeah,
what
Right.
happens.
Yeah.
But what you were saying in regards to the limitations, I think when I was helping Ben to look for another streaming
yep,
platform to stream on, I think that is one of the things that we had looked at was cost, what the free version offered, and this was actually one of the things that Ben did try at one point in time. It had
yeah,
some cool features, but I think ultimately what kept them away from it was exactly just what you said. There was only a limited amount of users
yep.
and a limited time frame. So
It's just like I was talking to Mitch. Charles Green showed he's got to try to see if he can use the Emux for the show because the StreamYard said they used up 20 hours or whatever
hmm
of the show. So he going to set up the show for StreamYard. Mitch was going to check something out about that for Charles for their show. He's going to do some kind of test. Um, but Rob, I mean, he might use the Emux because they also had the Emux as well. Because I noticed Charles had the Emux. He went to no, he went from Streamyard to Emux, and they went back to Streamyard.
hmm
So, and Charles, my brother Charles, always used Streamyard. I haven't looked into the price, how much a month it costs for EVMux or StreamYard, because I don't think I can afford it right now.
StreamYard
And
had their 40 or 50% off going on a couple weeks ago.
yeah,
That would have took it, I think, from like about 20 25 a month down to like 10 or 15.
yeah,
It's and that's what I was saying too was like when we were looking through it all at the streaming services and even the option of using something like Zoom and then trying to have that stream actually go through OBS or something. Even with the Zoom, you can have a bunch of people on, but the inherent problem is it's only limited to 40 minutes. So
yeah,
then you'd have to keep shutting it down every 40 minutes and restarting up again. So,
yeah. Well, it's like I know Ryan's show on Emux, he can fit like 10 or 12 people on the panel, and they could go to 6 hours or something like that. But
well,
I
that's
don't
what
know.
I was saying like about the Zoom. The nice thing with the Zoom is you can have multiple users. Like that
Yeah,
one, I think that one Zoom hang that we had was max. The highest I think we've had in one of those Zoom Buffalo meetings, I think, was like 25 users.
yep.
And that was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Because you had such an easy time to over talk over someone with so
Yeah.
many people.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. But right now, I'm my finances are really tight. That's part of the reason I went over my mother's. We were going over some of my credit cards. I got a bunch of credit cards, and I got to get rid of a bunch of them
Mhm.
right now. and my mother's gonna help me out with that so I can get on budget because I gotta start giving my wife some more money for the house and everything. So
Hmm.
I'm going to pay the mortgage. Once I get a better set on getting rid of some credit cards and getting them low and see what I can afford a month if I can, then I'm gonna get something like the Zoom or something like that. I mean, not the Zoom, either the Emux or StreamYard if I keep it going. But right now, I'm going to stick with the free stuff and do what I can.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what you should be doing in the first place when it comes to YouTube. You use the free stuff to get yourself going.
Yeah,
Then when you start pulling in more people, that's when
yeah,
you've moved to a more professional kind of paid solution like a paid StreamYards or whatever.
yeah,
Because then, because then you should have, in theory, like for example, say you pull in enough hourly views plus viewers to get like your membership up to
Right.
like 1,000.
yep,
Then you should have enough with the YouTube monetization to pull in to cover
yeah,
even just that monthly amount for the premium versions of
yeah.
the streaming
Like
services.
what Ben and Charles do. Well, Charles doesn't do. I think Charles just started doing. I think it. Um, when people, it's like when gifting memberships and stuff like that, or when somebody donates something to Ben's channel, that helps them pay for that bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Ryan and 012 uses some of that money to pay for the Emux bill as well.
Yep.
Yeah, they're okay for that. That's
So that's what I might wind up doing. Plus, I think you got to get a certain amount, like Charles did. He got 500 or something like that,
Hmm.
and then you get something added onto your plan. I don't know if it works the same way with Emux. So
Mm,
I don't know if it works. I don't even know if it works with a free plan. So
as far as I know, YouTube's perks aren't matched up with any of the other streaming software like this.
yeah,
So, as far as I know, everything in regards to streaming, unless you're streaming directly through a webcam like this over OBS,
yeah,
all the other things are pretty much, their own separate entity
yeah,
and are nothing to do with YouTube, other than YouTube is just the backbone to carry it.
yeah. It's like all my recordings from this show on Emux will be erased with the free one. But thank God it's saved on YouTube.
Yep.
That's one thing Charles taught me, told me, so made me feel a lot better about that.
Yeah, you have to go into the studio settings and enable DVR mode, which
Yep.
backs it up as soon as you're done your live stream.
Well, I don't know if I did that, but it's been backing up on the
My
YouTube.
my alarm for a reminder to get up so I can watch Ben's show.
Right.
uh, that's cool. I got the same kind of alarm to wake me up on Sundays and make sure I'm awake for Charles's show if I have Saturday. You know, I don't want to miss the Sunday show.
It's all I use for my alarm clock, just on my cell phone.
Oh yeah, that's same thing with me, Terry. Because all the new alarm clocks they got out there, they're not loud enough with the beep.
Also, what I like about that is it was only $6 for
Yeah.
lifetime.
Oh, that's cool. Mine comes with the phone, so I'm
Yeah, well, all phones usually come with an alarm, but it's not usually as advanced as like something like that I use there.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can't do things like customize like settings for every day or something like that.
Like ringtones and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I got my one my weekend alarm is actually
Yeah.
funny. Let me see here. At least I think it's the one that's on this. Let's see here.
So that's fun.
Oh, so here's my weekend alarm.
Oh, that's nice, Zach.
Right there you go. There you go.
That's my weekend alarm.
Yeah, it's like he's out in the farm.
I was like, I was like, I wonder, is there some type of rooster or something alarm out there? And I found the WAV file for it, and I'm like, download, add.
I have a
There's something
question.
to differentiate it.
Were you raised on a farm, Terry?
No, but I was raised out in the really kind of distant cottage country, like the Georgian Bay area. I originally was raised around an area called Honey Harbor, which was basically a small kind of cottage country kind of point. So wasn't a very big population, but
They had a lot of roosters, though, right?
no,
I was
no
gonna say,
roosters. There was there were like some farms scattered on the outskirts. When you get more towards like the major highway, there was actually a ranch that a friend of mine's parents owned. When we were like in grade 7 or whatever, when we went out to the ranch, we actually rode their horses, which was kind of cool.
by the way, whoever's out there that joined us, we appreciate it. If you want to say something in the chat, you're welcome to hear it. Thank you.
Yeah, there's nobody talking in the chat yet.
Yeah, but I got the eyes say two are watching. So
Yeah, two are watching. Well, one of them is probably me, because I usually still leave like the
yeah,
main YouTube up.
and probably you never know. Charles may be watching still.
Charles.
There's be Mark Taff. Well, Mark Taff, he went to walk the dog. So,
Yeah.
but I appreciate everybody that did stop in the first time we started, and I appreciate whoever's stopping in now.
Hmm.
Um, no, it's fun to have a bunch of guys to hang out and chat sometimes too. Get to know each other like we do in the Buffalo meetings.
Hmm.
Not always about the guitars and stuff, but about little things.
Well, it's kind of like I said on like saying on here. It's awesome when not everybody doesn't have to always be like
Yeah,
Ben and Trevor or Ben and me or whatever. It's awesome that some of the other people in that community are breaking off and doing like what you're doing.
yeah. Well, Charles says my show is more like a hang, so
Yeah.
that's kind of my way of connecting us further, knowing a little bit more about the person and the surrounding, what they go on in life. So we're there to support them when they have rough times or anything like that, like what Ryan's going through with his mother a little bit
Hmm.
more, and Mark. When I have Mark on the show, believe it or not, it helps Mark with his anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
It gives him something to do. So in a way, I'm trying to give back and help out at the same time.
Well, that's kind of like what I said. My premise with being online was especially more so. I'd say since I've been on YouTube for 16 plus years, I would say probably in the last 10, the bottom line has always been about helping people. It
Yeah.
hasn't been like I've had some trolls out there trying to say that you're telling me what to do and how I should be and blah blah blah. It's like, no, I'm giving you an idea on how you should be acting. It is your choice whether to act that way or not. But I'm telling you, if you don't act that way, then there are going to be people that are like me as a moderator, or even worse than me, and won't give an F and just boot your ass off of something.
Well, it's like Keith is my co-host, but Keith, it also helps Keith open up a little more and people see what he's like and what he's going through. But also Keith gets more like when he got ready for chatting with Charles, got him prepared to go on the show.
Yeah.
He's a little shy, and he's some of his problems that he had in the past, like him getting hurt and everything. He said he didn't want to drag people down. I said, no, you're a survivor. You're doing better. You're an inspiration to keep going. So
Well, that's again another thing. Like I was saying, the key is the fact that knowing that there are other people out there that are going through the same shit or have gone through the same shit,
yeah,
and it's to that said person's advantage to being out there and say like, hey, you're not alone. I know
yeah.
what you're going through, or I know what you've gone through. That's why I was pretty big when Ben was going through his own crap with his mom's failing health because
Yeah.
of my mom's failing health and being her primary caregiver for our last 10 years of life.
Well, it's
So
like,
I understood exactly what Ben was going through, which was he was doing it mostly by himself.
Blue Mox. When we were talking and we were online with each other and everything, Blue Mox lost his mom and everything, and I was there like his wife, but I was there also supporting him and making
Speaking of
sure he was
which, my
okay.
battery's about dead on my phone too.
All right.
Low battery, 20%. Oh man.
Yeah, that was mine getting down to. That's why I shut off the phone. Because
Yeah.
usually I put on certain chargers, it charges up better. But
Well, hey, I had fun there, Edward and everybody, and Zach and Terry. Good to see y'all.
Yeah.
you thank you for coming on, Dwight.
All
Really.
right, yeah. I'd do it again. There's some good chance I have to charge this sucker up. Yes, I'm down to the red there.
Yeah.
All right, well, y'all have a happy Labor Day, and I'll see you guys soon.
All right. You have a
Yep.
good
See
Labor
you
Day. You
later.
be safe. And I look forward to the next video, Dwight.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it, everybody. Thanks, Edward and
No problem.
everybody. I'll
All right.
talk to y'all soon.
Yep.
Thanks. All
Yep.
right, bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Oh, that sucks.
Let's see. I got
Just scrolling through Facebook here and I see that Graham Greene has passed away.
Graham Greene.
He was a native guy that was in a bunch of TV shows and movies.
Oh.
He was a Canadian. 73. Oh, that's up there. So
Yeah. I was looking on Facebook the other day when I was talking to Keith.
yeah.
The guy that played the ugly character in The Good, Bad, and Ugly,
Yeah.
110 years old.
Wow.
Lee Van Cleef, 100 years old.
Yeah.
Yep. Sylvester Stallone, something like 65 or 60, somewhere around there, 69, 65. I know not Hulk Hogan. Arnold Schwarzenegger is not too much older than
Yeah, some of those
Sylvester
guys are
Stallone.
actually in that same age range. They're in their 70s,
Yeah,
but it was like I said, the big thing with Arnold though, Arnold's probably going to be able to live probably until like his 80s or 90s because
yeah,
the fact that he's got like a pacemaker, So,
Yeah.
so him having a heart issue, unless the rest of his heart fails, which is highly unlikely, he'll probably live till quite an old age.
Yeah, well, now they're having a certain autopsy done on Hulk Hogan to see, make sure what he really died from, because somebody's having suspicions.
Yeah.
Ben suggested that the old Cosmo store being rebranded.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wondered because I'd seen an email from Long and McQuaid, and they said, "Introducing our new location, opening soon." And I looked at it and I said, that looks like it's just simply Long and McQuaid down the side of the Cosmo sign."
Yeah.
So
By
as
the
soon
way,
as I
Terry.
seen that, I was like, "Huh."
By the way, Terry, can we get a look at that Telecaster you just got, the one you traded for?
I wondered if that might be something mentioned, so I moved it to the front.
Mm. Nice.
That's beautiful color.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be seafoam blue,
Yeah.
and then I looked and I was like, okay, no, it's seafoam green, which is not normally a color I'm into. But I was saying to
Yeah.
myself, you know what? I said it would be nice to have a different color for a change other than wood grain, black or white.
Yeah. Well, that more looks like a. If you ask me, it's a light minty blue, light minty green.
Yeah,
That's
like
what
it
it looks
comes
like
out
to me.
better because of the sun, or not the
Yeah.
sun, the light. But yeah, like matched up with the white like this, it does look sharp. And yeah, I just noticed the frets look a little grimy. Shouldn't be. It's supposed to be 2 month old, and it was supposed to be newer, but I gotta look at the serial number. But it's crafted in China,
Mm.
Yeah.
and so I played it a little bit more, and it's so interesting to hear. Instead of the usual E flat tuning
Yeah.
that I usually use, the B to B. So it's
Alright.
tuned. This string's B
Yeah.
and this string's B.
Okay. I don't
For
know about
baritone.
anything about tuning like that, so
Yeah. Basically, so it's tuned down from E, so it's E, it's
yeah.
2 steps down.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a pretty nice sound. The Alnico soap bar pickups, they call them, since they
Yep.
can't technically call them P90s. They got
Yep.
a pretty nice sound too. Um, I played a little bit through the amp and sounds pretty good. It's got a nice kind of. It's not too baseball bat thick. It's between thin and thick, so it's like kind of
Yeah.
like a medium thickness.
Medium.
Yeah.
That was better than the other one you were thinking of trading for, right? You just
Uh.
you just didn't gel with the other one.
Well, I don't know what it is with like. I mean, I've now had in total 3 semi-hollows and a
Yeah.
335 style, and I just don't know what it is. I just can't seem to gel with them, even though I do like the sound of them. Well, actually, now thinking
Yeah.
about it, now technically I've had 335 style guitars, and then I had the one Squire Starcaster,
Yep.
which I actually did like. It could be maybe the body shape in itself.
Yeah. But you
But
never know, 'cause you try out different ones, like Ryan does or something like that, and he from 012. He's usually a certain brand kind of guitar and everything, or a certain shape, and he tries certain ones, and he found one that he kind of gelled with a little bit.
yeah.
I think it was a Telecaster for once.
Well, that was what I was trying to tell my one friend when he decided to start playing guitar. I said what he needed to do was, instead of buying a guitar, he needed to go somewhere that would allow him to sit down and
Yep.
just put a guitar in front of him and say like, how does it feel against my body? How does it feel in my hands? And then try to play something, even though he didn't know how to play much, and then go from there. And instead, he just jumped straight into a Gibson Les Paul Studio.
Well, it's like I went to that. I got those couple, the ones I showed you, the one that's from China, the red
Mm-hmm.
one, and the Les Paul Custom. And I like the Les Paul Custom a little better than the one from China, but the one from China is what I was playing a lot. And then I turned around, went to the Les Paul Custom. It felt pretty good, like Kush said.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got the Diamond, even though I got all these others, this just felt a lot better.
Yep.
That's the one I usually go to right now. Hopefully, Charles, the one he's building with me, will feel even better than that.
Good.
Um, but I got the one from Sweetwater. I play once in a while, and that jives pretty okay.
Mm-hmm.
And once in a while, I'll go to Ibanez. The Ibanez, I like the sound. It kind of feels okay. So
Yeah.
if the handle starts getting too big, it's like I have with the bass. The bass is wider for the hands and the fingers. That's why I don't play that as much. Besides, I have to restring it anyways because I have one string messed up,
Mm-hmm.
and I gotta learn how that's gotta be set up. Because the one thing is for tones, because I don't know what a bass is supposed to have for B, C, D, or whatever. I don't know what a bass is, so I gotta look that up and find out.
Uh, Bass, it is, in the case of a five string, from the top down, from the thickest to the thinnest,
Yep.
B, E, A, D, G.
All right. Let
You
me.
can, a lot of this stuff, just simply go to Google and type it in. You'll usually get some type of an answer. But
Bass.
in,
You said B.
yeah, B on the 5,
Yep.
E on the 4, A on the 3, D on the 2, and G on the 1.
Okay.
Yeah, like a lot of this, and compared to like say like back when I was started on YouTube, like
Yeah.
15, 16 years ago, there was hardly any information. Even videos on learning how to play, there's
Yep.
very few people that actually were doing that.
Yeah.
Now, it's like having a book of Encyclopedia Britannica.
Here. Yeah.
There's almost anything in regards to uh, guitar building, guitar refinishing, guitar painting, guitar setup. Same thing in regards to bass guitars. It's all there. It's like
Yeah.
it's. I've said that to a few people. I had one gal that does my diabetic foot care. She said, "Oh, I'd like to find somebody that I can learn from." I said to her, I said, all you gotta do is go online. And I said, or more so, go on YouTube. I said, there's all kinds of people that show how to, how to do stuff. And getting back to like what you're saying about with the guitars, I mean that's another thing too in regards to
Yep.
quality and price. And the thing that I usually emphasize to people is, and Ben disagrees with me on this, I believe, which is I say you should never buy high end instruments when you're starting to play. I always
Yeah.
feel you should buy a low to medium end instrument because it's a lot better to waste a few $100s than say $3,000. Not to
Yeah.
mention a $3,000 guitar isn't exactly going to necessarily turn you into knowing if you like to play the instrument
Yeah.
because like I said, over the years, I've had instruments that have been, or well, I shouldn't say just myself, but as it's been known through various people,
Yeah.
there's some people that buy high end instruments, think they're absolute garbage. And then you also got a sector of people that can buy like a Squire, like a low end Squire like that, and be like,
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this is like a $3,000 instrument for like, an eighth of the price.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like what Fretnot does. They
Yeah.
compare high end and stuff like that, and they even said this is a good guitar. It's almost like it's worth should be worth more than that, but what you're getting the price for, it's a decent guitar.
Yeah.
Um, it's like me. Yeah, I bought the cheapest ones because that's what I could afford. Except
Yep.
this one, that's the Les Paul I got from not T Sweetwater. That
Yeah.
cost me $800, which I'm paying $51 a month for 2 years.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with
So,
that.
but that's the highest I've ever gone. Um, eventually, I'd like to get something like Charlie has a Glary or a Gretsch.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, get a Gretsch or something like that. I would like to have a Fender, see what that's like. I want to try a Fender. Yeah, Fender, a Gibson, stuff like that. But
If you buy most of the Squire stuff, that gives you a good idea on what a Fender would be
yeah, like
before
I said,
stepping into an actual Fender.
yeah. The one thing is, I got a couple of Squires here, and one of them I'm gonna have fabric shop, and this. Oh, I got another Epiphone Les Paul that I bought, and that's gonna be fabric shop.
Yeah.
So, but to me, it don't matter right now. I'm just trying to get something to learn. The Ibanez I bought, I know it ain't a high price like Jimmy Biters, but
Hmm.
it's still a good guitar.
Those Geos over the last, like, ever since they came out, that's been a line that Ibanez has continued to improve and enhance
Yeah,
year after year after year. Because, like, when the first Geos came out, they looked, they really looked El Cheapo and they kind of felt and played the same way.
yeah,
Whereas now the more recent, like last 2 to 3 years of those Geo guitars,
yeah,
they're like some great bang for the bucks for like
yeah,
like a guitar. Same thing as their was it Sound by Sound gear, which was the low tier level of the Ibanez basses. Those for a few years were garbage, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it was the same thing. Bam! Wait a second. This is actually feels almost as good as you were playing a brand name.
yeah. Well, plus I want to learn how to play on these before I go and get something more expensive like that. You
Well,
know what I
yeah,
mean? It's better to learn how to play than when you really into it and you really got it down. Then you go and buy one of the bigger ones, the higher price one, to see how it feels different and how it sounds different, but
yeah,
also make sure you're willing to pay that amount of money for.
yeah. Like in regards to like those of us that remember far way far back in the guitar day, like the early '80s when Fender did put out their Squier Stratocaster. I
Yeah,
had somebody that bought one. It had this nice pearl white finish on the body. And it was like,
yeah,
oh, that's nice looking. But every single thing else about that guitar was garbage. Didn't matter what type of tuning you put it to. almost pretty much, I would say 9 out of 10 times, you had only one tuner that actually might stay locked in position.
Yeah.
It would always go out of tune.
It's like the pedals here, Terry. Like you said, that Timu pedal I played, that sounded really good.
Yep.
Now, if you mention that to Ryan and them, what do they do, Zach? They give you a hard time about it. They think Timu's shit is garbage. Period. And it's like, I can't afford to hide things. I can't afford a Rodecaster or anything like that. I'll take what I can get and build up when I can. But
They told me I needed a roadcaster too. I really don't need that.
yeah,
I always laugh because it's like, broadcaster would be cool, but like you said, if you don't got the $500+ to drop on one,
yeah,
it's not. Like I said, the only thing I've ever done was like I invested in like a mic like this,
yep,
Mm-hmm.
which was a newer brand. I found out these newer 5200s,
yep,
they stopped making them about 2 years after I bought them. But
yep,
these were a solid buy at like $40.
yep,
They had all kinds of range, good quality. You didn't have to plug them in USB. So like I mean that was $40 there. I paid 100 and I think like 199 Canadian for that Behringer UD, was it UMC 404 HD? So
yep,
it's 4 input, uh, higher end codec in it. But I
yep,
mean, I've had that, and that's been my mic inputs for oh 6 7 years now.
yeah. Well,
So
it's
I
like
mean,
this mic Charles gave me,
yep,
and that's Rode, and I probably couldn't afford this, but he found it on either Reverb or maybe what you call it, Goodwill,
yeah,
and he got it. He gave me the Yeti or whatever it is mic that I still have as a backup,
yep,
and he gave me the Four Strike because he had the Rodecaster. But he's helped me out a lot, and I've done certain things for him help out a lot.
yeah,
It's like that toolbox I gave him that he also uses as a bench, gives him more space, and he can keep his tools right there for car and whatever he needs, and he can put the guitars flat, and he can actually rebuild them and everything right on that
yep.
instead of that wobbly table.
Yeah, wobbly tables are not good for anything to have on it.
Well, you see, he had the white wobbly table. If you remember, he used to.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was wasn't that like it was like white plastic PBS
Um,
one?
it was more like a white.
You got that from a hint from Glenn Fricker, didn't you, Zach?
No, I'm on my own.
Oh wow. Yeah, you're set. When you're talking about actually doing something, you're set up then if you got like 3 mics.
Yeah.
Because you got that one that you first showed for vocals, and then you got those other ones for to record acoustic.
Well, it's like I won the JOs. If you remember, I won these JOs
Oh yeah.
from
Oh, the
Ben.
Joyos. Yeah.
Um, they're all right. I don't have a problem. But the ones I got from Timu at times, I think work a little better. Believe it or not.
Yeah. And that's again, the whole thing with low end stuff. It's like the Timu branding, the Amazon branding. It's like in some instances it's basically the same shit with just a different name on it. But there
Yeah.
are rare instances where, like you said, you can get something and just maybe they're manufactured a little bit better under the one brand than the other.
Yeah, well, the one reason why I don't use the cordless right now because the way I got to run the guitar through the pedals and into the um foresight, the Joyo I wouldn't be able to do that because I think you would need four of them, and I don't know.
Yes.
And the Timu I have four of them, but I don't know if it'll hook up and work the whole system. I haven't tried it yet because it'd be a lot easier than the cable going into the
Yeah.
guitar.
But the inherent problem then is when you start introducing a bunch of wireless like that, you can run
Yeah,
into a lot of headaches. So that's kind of the disadvantage of it in that regard. If it's doing, like you said, just straight from the instrument to the input of whatever it is, a pedal board,
yeah,
or more so the amp, that's the
yeah.
least amount of issues that you're going to have or problems to occur.
Well, that's why I'm just gonna use them for the amp. But I've been right now. I just have a cord from the amp to my table in case I just want to play the guitar on the amp.
Yep.
Because that's what, like Ben, that's what I was originally doing is from the amp through the mic from the guitar.
Yeah.
You know, from the guitar to the amp, and then it would go into the mic. And then somebody was saying, "Oh, you need this, you need that." So
Yeah, like I mean, even like when I've tried to give advice to people, sometimes I have to even reel myself in, like, hey, this is somebody who doesn't totally understand the technical side of things.
yeah,
You know, they're just starting out, so you have to like be like, oh, well, you just got to run this cable from here to here. Somebody might not totally understand that, like I
yeah,
run four cable method, which is something that Ben talks about. Well, not everybody understands that it actually means as two separate rows of pedals
yeah,
into two different parts of your amp.
yeah,
So, but yeah, I mean, it's just like computers. They
yeah,
can it's like, well, simply put, there's many things in life that are very complex and complicated. So that's why, like I said, when I've tried to explain to people about how much better a computer is, like one of the things that I've
yeah,
tried to use for an easy comparison to some people is when I talk about how powerful a processor is, I
yeah,
relate it to an engine in a car.
yeah,
Most people can understand and relate to an engine in a car, and understanding about how more than four cylinders is a more powerful engine
yeah.
and whatnot. And that's a good way they can explain the processor in a computer.
Yeah, well, I'll
You
tell you one thing: the difference between a Jap made car, four cylinder, and American made car. The Jap made car loses power when it goes up a hill. When it's American made, that thing still has power to go up the hill at the same speed that was going on the highway.
Yeah, that's a common thing for a while now, that the
Yeah,
Japanese have never had the torque. But that's changing now. It's
because
changed in the
my wife's got a Buick that's a four cylinder and almost feels like a six cylinder.
Yep. Yeah, there was what was it now? Late 80s. Buick or whatever had, or Pontiac had an engine that was exactly that. It was a four. It was a. I think they called it a Power Four,
Yeah,
and the thing had like close to. I think it was like close to 200 horse, and like 140 foot-pound torque.
hi Mark, nice to see you back.
Mark made it.
Yeah, well, he went to walk the dog. It shows we got three people watching, but I don't always go
It
by
says
that
four.
because sometimes that I will say zero and you have somebody out there.
Yeah.
So,
Gotta get off here, anyways.
well, I gotta get off here soon, yeah, because Ben's coming on. I gotta get
Yeah.
me another cup of coffee,
Yeah, I gotta top up my beer stein of coffee.
and I'm gonna bring up my other portable charger, put my phone on that,
Not too bad.
see if that'll charge it up a little faster. Because I think what's doing is I got this plug outlet that has multiple things
Yeah.
plugged into it.
Mm,
So it's
Yeah.
taking drawing a lot of power.
Also,
And,
yeah, some of the USB chargers are certain ratings. Like exactly the same thing. I bought a plug that was like that.
yep.
That actually does USB 3.0, and the thing will take it can take this cell phone and it can charge it from like 10% to like 90% in like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's just like holy crap. Put on some of the slower technology, it does a slow charge, which sometimes is there's there's a bit of a argument in both cases of
Yeah.
fast charging and slow charging.
Well, it's like I got this new I bought through Amazon strict power supply for my pedals.
Hmm.
So that'd be taking more of the amperage I'm thinking away,
Mm,
or some of the power.
yeah.
But it's like all the believe it or not, all the plugs that I got like this, Terry,
Yeah.
I got these from Timu
Yep.
that are plugged into them.
Ryan respects me because not
What's
very
that?
respect because
Say that again.
I've earned
Respect you?
Ryan's respect because I figured out everything on my own, not on his show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people go on this show and try to do stuff
Well,
in
it's like
their time.
me. I
Yeah,
got the respect because I don't play that great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's people out there they've offered to come on a show, and they won't come on, and they play good and everything, but they won't come on or they talk. Here I come on. I don't know shit, and I'm willing to play in front of people. That shows respect. That's why sometimes they ask me, "How's my journey going?" But then they bust my chops like they did that Saturday when I won the grand prize. You know that, Zach.
Mm,
Just like they thought I was said. Keith won a pedal,
oh yeah.
Terry. I
mm.
told Keith, I said, "Boy, just you go on there, you're gonna win because he's got weird luck." As soon as he finally put in, after I said the third time, he put in. 3 minutes later, he won a pedal, a boss pedal.
Jeez.
Then they asked him. He asked him if he could have them send it to me. Oh no, we'll send it to you. You send it to him.
Oh, jeez.
Randy doesn't want to pay.
And then I told him how I was sending him down a Timu pedal that he liked the sound of. And they go, "That ain't right. You're gonna be giving him a cheap pedal for 200 out." I said, "No. If I do anything, I'll give him something to make up the difference of that 200 pedal. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
give him just like." I said, "I bought this pedal for him before he even won this damn thing." And then when they did the grand prize, they spun around to see which member won it. 3 guys didn't answer. Then it hit me. And they first go, "Oh, puppybadass won it. Is he still here?" I type in, "I'm here," and they have me sitting in the green room. So when I get on the panel, they go like this: "Oh, you can't win it. Anybody that's on the panel said to come in." I said, "You had me sitting in the green room all this time. Don't tell me that." So they finally gave it to me as a win. But they're busting my chops. It's just like
It should be deleted.
they turn around were doing shots that night, and they go, everybody that's on this panel, we said had to do shots. They did not say that in the beginning, and there's a bunch of them that don't drink, so they're not doing shots.
Yeah.
So I went down and got what I had about this much left in my Patron, and I said I'll only take a shot when it hit $20, like Ryan is. This lady Sarah threw up $300 worth of shots.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Right, got buzzed. I finished the bottle, so I prepared myself. I said I gotta go get a new bottle when their last show came on. And Charles is there. He types in, "No, he don't need another bottle." My brother. I'm like, Ryan go, not Ryan. Randy goes, because Ryan was on the show. He's on vacation. Randy goes, "Yeah, I agree with your brother." I typed in. I said, "Yeah, but my brother don't drink. He's down in Texas. He don't drink shots. He drinks all those weird kind of beers. You know what I mean?"
Drinks the Modelo's.
So what I did, I couldn't find the bottle of Luna that I used to get. That was a creamy tequila, and you take
Mm.
3 shots of that. That turnaround knocked you most people on their ass.
Oh yeah.
So I couldn't find that. So I got me a bottle of Jägermeister, and then
Mhm.
I bought another bottle of Patron. So if I had to do shots, I'm prepared.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be doing that anymore.
And I'll be honest with you, dude, I don't really drink that much anymore. So
Yeah.
They gotta get. They gotta get that.
yeah,
Where
we gotta get out because Ben's gonna be coming on. I gotta get coffee. I know we're all gonna want to be there.
yeah,
Thank you for coming on, Terry. This is great. And
Yep.
we'll sometime we'll just hang without being on the show as well.
Yep.
oh yeah,
But thank
Yeah,
you
I'll
for
catch
everybody
you
that
later.
come. And we'll thank you for everybody watching.
yeah, man.
And hope to see you again soon. And be safe, peace, and don't litter like Ben says.